Okay, Dex, just one more package to wrap up and I'm ready to go to the post office. Macy Garson told her fluffy, newly adopted kitten. The tiny creature batted at a wayward strand of Macy's hair and didn't seem to care at all about her human's plans for the day. I know, you'll be napping and waiting for me, Macy chuckled, setting the kitten down. Her reselling business continued to grow at an amazing rate, and the spare bedroom that she used both as an office and to store her found treasures was filling rapidly. It would take her multiple trips to load her packages into her late husband's red classic truck. In addition to her original online store, Macy had started a more locally based business for larger items that were difficult to ship, and word was starting to get around town, which meant she could soon have almost enough traffic to overwhelm her, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. After 4 trips to the truck with huge lawn bags filled with securely wrapped vintage toys, jewelry, and clothing, Macy brushed her hand across her too moist brow, kissed Dex on the top of her fluffy head, and headed for the post office. Phew, it felt good to get rid of all of that, she exclaimed, checking the rearview mirror before pulling out of the post office lot. Her next stop was Happy Paws, the shelter where she was a volunteer. After her husband, Jake, passed, the shelter dogs had been a source of comfort and purpose to her. As hot as it is, I'm glad I brought my insulated jumbo water bottle today. You'd think I'd be used to Florida weather by now, she grumbled, taking a sip from the giant bottle that featured her junkyard dog logo on it. When she pulled into the shelter parking lot, Macy was surprised to see only Polly's car there. Usually there were at least 2 volunteers there at any given time, other than after hours. Hey, Macy. Polly greeted her when she came in. You don't sound like yourself, Macy replied, frowning. Is everything okay? Polly, who was usually the joking, wisecracking one of the bunch, heaved a sigh and shook her head. We're just about broke, Mace, she said softly, swallowing hard. I don't know what to do. Macy's heart sank. The shelter was her world, outside of her little home businesses. The volunteers were her only real friends, and the dogs were such sweet souls. We'll think of something. We can't let the shelter close, Polly. We just can't. I know. I'm just as upset as you are, but I have no idea how we can generate enough money to keep the doors open. We may have another month in us, but that's about it. Polly bowed her head, staring at the desk. What if we do a fundraiser? Macy blurted, startled by the defeat in Polly's voice. It'd have to be one heck of a fundraiser. Well, there's no reason we can't come up with something that would be amazing,